This game is pretty bloody good, actually. I wasn't somebody that got a Wii U on the day that it came out. I waited 2 years after it came out to actually pick one up because I wasn't interested at all in getting one, and this was a launch game at that time, and didn't sell me whatsoever, looked pretty generic and pretty boring. But after I got a Wii U, I picked this up for about £8 or something. It was something ridiculous, but brand new. And after looking at all the negative reviews that came out for this game, I can't see where half of the hate comes from. ZombiU is your typical first-person survival horror game, and as a survival horror game, it actually does a lot of shit really well. Your character is really weak, weapons are really weak, ammo isn't at all plentiful and pretty difficult to find, and where you do have set missions to accomplish if you choose to explore to find more supplies, you'll never know if you find a good amount of supplies or meet your doom, which I love in survival horror games. The need to explore the areas is pretty vital, but it's very, very dangerous to do so. And the way that this game handles the element of taking risks is pretty damn solid, especially for the fact that zombies can appear in the most unpredictable and unexpected places. I also love the implementation of the Wii U gamepad and the way that you have to use it as a backpack in real time during the game, which increases the unpredictability and tension even further. Much like all of the 90s classic survival horror games, ZombiU is a game solely about using your limited supplies effectively, and the punishment for failing and dying in the game is extremely high because you lose your character forever and have to start all the way back from the safe house with a completely new, different survivor. Okay, yes, this mechanic can become extremely frustrating when it does happen, but you know what? I don't see that as a valid reason for scolding the game and giving it a low score, which is where most of the negative points came through on this game. If anything, this game punishment actually motivated me to do as well as I could do with the limited supplies and tread really carefully and cautiously. And because of all of these reasons, when you're finally faced with any kind of zombie in the game, they are all, and I mean all, a legitimate threat. And whenever you're tasked with taking down a massive group of these things, oh my god, it gets extremely tense and pretty scary, actually. As far as I'm concerned, this game is a hidden gem, and you know what? I can only thank the negative reviews, because if you combine that with the amount of time this game has been out for, I'm sure that's why this game was so cheap for me. And as far as I'm concerned, especially at the prices it's going for, it's worth every single penny. It's a really, really damn good survival horror game, and why it was shunned upon its release, I don't really know, but if you haven't played this yet and you're into classic 90s tension-building, hard-as-nails survival horror, this game brings you back into that in first person with the Wii U backpack real-time thing and everything really, really, really well. Surprisingly well, actually. So I'm just sad that there doesn't seem to be any kind of hint of a continuation of this series, because I'd be so down for this, but you know, maybe the Resident Evils and Silent Hills will get their act together and maybe be actually scary. But in the meantime, this is an awesome, awesome distraction from those series. A good surprise, really good for the money, and I highly recommend it.